Hi guys, welcome back to Modifix. My name's Dan and today we are modding. So you might remember I put a double DIN Android unit in the Corolla. With that unit, I haven't used it as much as I'd like to have and customized it and all that stuff. But I have identified a few problems with it and today we are going to fix them. Okay, so the first problem is volume up and down is really fiddly. It's right in this corner here and it's a touch screen. So if you want to quickly turn the volume up and down, it is a bit of a pain in the bum. The other thing is power is not easy to access either. In fact, all of these, unless you're sitting there idle doing nothing, are a bit fiddly. There's some gaps here which I'd like to address today as well. Just make it more user friendly basically. So one of the ways in which I'm going to do that is on the standard Toyota steering wheel, or optional, I don't know if it's optional on T-Sport, there's this little control unit here. And somebody on Facebook has made me aware that you can actually get an interface that will make this work with that stereo. What you have to do is you have to buy an interface cable, which is this thing over here. That side of it plugs into the stereo and then this side plugs into the car. So you've got the three original cables here for the car. I'm only using those two at the moment. This one's actually for the steering wheel controls, which is not being used at the moment. You've got this little interface here, and then from that you have to buy another cable, which is this baby here, and then that has got a key 1, a key 2, a ground, and this little 3.5mm jack looking thing. That all wires into your Android stereo. So some take that cable and then a lot of them just take the key 1, key 2 and ground, and then you have to program it all. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to pull that out and revisit the wiring on there. I should just mention that this cable is £23 on eBay. I'll put the link down below if you're interested. I thought it was a complete package, so you just get that, the interface and rock and roll, but it's not. You have to actually buy this cable separately, which is about £8 I think, so, or 7, I can't remember. I'll put it in the link down below anyway. Enough waffling, let's pull out the stereo again and have a look. If you want to see how all of this comes out and how the stereo comes out, have a look at my previous video. I'll put a link to that. First of all, I'd just like to say that I need to cut this loom. All those little soldered joints, I need to cut them all off. I mistakenly made a loom which connects the stereo straight to the Toyota side of things. I just wanted to cut out the ISO plugs and all that because it gets a bit long, but in the grand scheme of things I should have actually wired the stereo to a female ISO and then Toyota to male ISO, because that's the normal way it's done. And then anytime I need to take the stereo in or out, I just unplug it from the ISO, and if that stereo ever went in another car, then it would be a very easy thing to do. Another thing I need to undo is undo this reverse camera feed here from the stereo and put a little bullet connector or some sort of disconnectable connector on there, because having it hardwired like that doesn't work for taking the loom out if you ever need to take it out. The reason I actually soldered it like that was because I wanted a reliable connection on the reverse camera and I didn't want it to be glitchy or anything like that. Obviously I'm gonna have to undo that now. But anyway, bigger cock up than that now. What's happened is the original loom in here has this plug, these are the live and earth and ignition live, and then that is speaker wires, and then this is the remote and other Toyota functionality. In the adapter I showed you earlier, we've got this little baby here, and that doesn't resemble anything over there. So we have got the live and stuff like that and the speaker cables here, but we haven't got what we need in terms of the steering wheel controls. So these actually are the steering wheel control wires which go into the interface, and without that we're doomed. So I've just written to the eBay seller. Hopefully they reply and I get a replacement, but it's been over a month now since I bought this, so I hope they're going to be nice and change it for me. Otherwise I'm going to have to find a plan B, I guess. I could always cut these wires and find the three. Well, it's only 3 wires at the end of the day, so if I can find which wires out of these the signal wires are, then I might be alright, but that's worst case scenario. Let's see if we can get the plug first. In the meanwhile, I think I'm just going to put everything back together how it was and wait until I get the replacement cable. Sorry about that, guys. I'll be back with you as soon as I get the right cable. All right, guys, it's been about a week, and basically I've been doing a bit of digging around, and I found out that the Toyota Corolla around 2004-2005, there was a bit of a change in the way the steering wheel control works. So it used to be a serial bus interface, and then they changed it to an resistor network interface, whatever that means. So you've got a finite number of options. So one option is to make the original steering wheel controls work on a pre-facelift Corolla is to contact a guy in Greece, and he makes a bespoke circuit board which will allow everything to work, including illumination. And then the other option would be to change the steering wheel in its entirety to a facelift steering wheel with the controls on it, and then get the adapter kit that I had, and that should plug straight in. But you need the wiring loom and everything, and then I think there's something about the squib as well. Everything needs changing basically, and I didn't really want to get that involved. I've just put a brand new to me steering wheel on this car, so I don't really want to be changing it again and shelling out for another one. So I decided it was time to think outside the box. And outside of the box, I have this thing over here. Now this is a 10 button Bluetooth steering wheel control unit, fresh from China, off good old Amazon. You can get them for between 15 and 20 pounds. This thing is Bluetooth, and it has 10 buttons which you can program through the head unit. And in the box we have another box that actually plugs in to the stereo. So you've got key 1, key 2, they're the white wires, and then you've got a live and a ground. So I just need to wire those in, plug that in, and then connect this to that, and then I should have all the controls I want on that little controller, which is great because it gives me 10 buttons to play with as well. So I can, switch the GPS on at the flick of a button, which is that one, I believe. And then, I've got phone calls, skip to the next track, whatever, sound, whatever you want, basically. You can program all of this. So really, really good. Well, in theory anyway. So I'm going to try and wire this up now and then see how good it is. What I have noticed straight away is that it does fit quite well on the steering wheel. And let's get rid of that. I can't put it on this side really because it sort of takes up a lot of space in that area. So I might put it on the right hand side or up the top somewhere maybe, I don't know, I'll see. But let's get it working first and I'll show you what it does. Okay, so on my lovely Android head unit I've got key 2, key 1, and then on here there's just 2 white cables. I don't think it matters which one's key 1 and key 2. And then there's a red and a ground, so there's a live and a ground, accessory live and ground. And what I'll do is I'll just tap into the red there and tap into the black there with a T-tap and use my little crimp connectors for these, and that should be done. Right, okay, so we've got everything wired in now, and as you can see there's a little red light, a little LED on there, and when I press the buttons on here you'll see it respond. Look, it's flashing, which is a good sign. So now I think what I need to do is A, decide where I'm going to put that box and whether it's going to actually work wherever I put it, and B, I've got to put everything back together and then program the remote control. Right, now all I have to do is go to the settings on my stereo, steering learn, and then press any of these buttons and press the corresponding button on here. Sorry about the light, it's gone a bit dark now. Let me actually put the flash on 1 second. Right, so now all I have to do is press one of these buttons and press the corresponding button on here. Let me try and do it with one hand and I'll show you. I've just done one and it's so easy. That one. And then press this one. Setup success. So I'm just going to go through all of these, press the relevant buttons, and then test it out. And that's it, guys. So if I press this, that mutes it. There you go, done. If I press volume up, mute again. I've got track forward and backs. I haven't set up the phone ones yet. Didn't see an option for that actually. Sat nav. So if I just press that, okay, yeah, there you go. That works. Sat nav. And then I can't remember what I set for that one. Radio, that's it. Happy days, all done. So now I'm just going to decide where to mount it on the steering wheel. I'm thinking probably up here somewhere. I am right-handed, or maybe down here actually. There, looks beautiful there. All right guys, and that is now mounted on the steering wheel. It was a bit of a faff trying to get that strap around, but it is quite stretchy, and obviously it's dark now as well, so it was like trying to thread a needle in the dark, which wasn't much fun, one-handed as well, whilst holding a torch. But anyway, it's done now. Great little hack, I think. Look at that. Boom, just press the sat nav button. I'm well excited about that. Oh, and Car Audio Direct on eBay is the seller that I bought this interface kit off, or adapter kit should I say, with a patch lead. And I got in touch with them, told them the whole story about how it was advertised for a Corolla, it doesn't work, bought it over a month ago, and they have been kind enough to actually give me a refund, even though it has been over 30 days and I opened the packet, etc, etc. So I've just dropped that off today, and hopefully I'll get a refund in the next few days, so that's great news. All right guys, and with that we are all done. Just wanted to say, obviously with these things they're not always 100% reliable, so I'm gonna see how it goes. I'll mess about with it and I'll let you know how it's working. One of the drawbacks, or potential drawbacks, could be that the batteries might die at some point in the actual Bluetooth side of it and it'll stop working, but I don't know how long they'll last. It's supposed to be very low energy and use very little energy, so hopefully it'll last a long time. But I'll keep you guys updated if anything does happen. I'll probably drop it in the comments below, or maybe do another video later on of the stereo and the Bluetooth steering wheel control. But anyway, with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, subscribe to the channel if you like the content, and look out for more juicy content coming your way. I'll see you later. Bye for now.